everyone. I am getting ready to go to excuse me, Cleveland area Pagan Pride in Bedford, Ohio. I know I usually start recording this and putting up, hey, I'm going video, but I'm still in a rut and I just haven't felt like making that many videos. But I thought I would record this today. So I got a new shirt. I designed it online. Vegan Witch. Cool, huh? My arm looks really kind of cool in this light. Yeah. So I'm getting ready now to meet up with a friend of mine who I met through gaming. And then he lived in Cleveland. And then he moved to Columbus. And see where I broke my light? I just saw it in the camera. I hit it with something. Broke it. It's been a while now, but no one ever, I don't think anyone ever hardly ever sees it. But then I need to fix it. I need to get a new ceiling fan. Anyway, so I met him online by gaming, and he's in my guild. And then we started talking real, like on Facebook and stuff. And then he moved to Columbus, and we have more in common than we thought. So he's meeting me. He wants to ride with me, and we're going to ride up together. Because we're both from Columbus, there's no sense in taking two cars, right? So for the environment, we're going up together, and I will film the entire day. So yeah. It should be fun. Hello everyone, I'm at Pagan Pride in Cleveland. We just did opening ritual, so that was different because it was a Santeria opening that I'm not very familiar with or used to. The only odd part for me was that the whole ritual was in a different language and it wasn't really explained, so we didn't know what we were saying. So that was a little weird, just different. And that when we went around and we cleansed ourselves with it, they have like a powder that they make, and they use it as their, like, if you would counter to like sage. The only problem is they didn't say what was in it until after we did it, and then I'm sprinkling myself with eggshells, and I am, of course, vegan. So. But actually, it was a cool experience because it's something that I'm not used to, and it's out of the norm for me, and I tried to understand it. I wish that maybe, I know that there's a lot of people and they're trying to get through it, but if a little bit more was explained, then we would understand what we were saying, what we were chanting. You know, we're chanting words that's not English, you know what I mean? So I'm at the Pride, so I'm right in front of the amphitheater. If you can see, there's vendors everywhere. So I'm going to turn around. There's my friend Nick. He came with me. So we're going to walk around, and I will take some video of some of the stores and things. Most of it's about the same as usual. So if you remember my video from last year, from one of my I don't think I filmed that much last year, but the first one had a lot of the stores. A lot of the stores are the same. So I'll try and catch things that are new to me and put them up and record them. I'm also ran into Cara, and she has a workshop here shortly, and so we are going to go over and go to her workshop, and I will sneak video of her. Cara, I'm sneaking video of you. And I'm trying to see if any of the other YouTube Pagan people are here. I haven't seen them yet, but like I said, we just did opening ritual. So hopefully I'll run into more people. Because I know a lot of people liked this event, but I don't know if they necessarily meant that they were coming to it. So.
If you're gonna have your coven of 30 people, don't do it in my dining room, please. Let's do it outside. Yeah. So just be aware of that kind of thing.
Yeah, we barely fit in my house for our rituals, so
but we do.
Yes, we do. We make it happen.
I say we. I've just been there as a guest. I'm not in for coven, but they occasionally allow me to show up for things that are open to guests.
Yes, absolutely. So then, when you're talking about when you're going to do your ritual, we always recommend, at least in my tradition, a really practical approach. You can do it when you can do it. you know, there's the moon phases you can take into consideration. So like with a waxing moon, you would do your building, your creation, and your attracting types of magics. At a full moon, you may do divination, power raising, something for manifestation. A waning moon is going to be your banishing, diminishing, ending.
Back to the river, back to the sea, back to the ocean, home to thee. Back through my blood, back through my veins, back to the heartbeat, one and the same.
So that was Cleveland Pride. I did not film the vendors this year because I got met this year with reluctance, people not wanting to be filmed and stuff, and I wanted to not go against their wishes, you know what I mean? But the problem is every year it seems to be getting less and less friendly for me at that particular event. I usually would walk around and I film all the video or the vendors and I film their stuff and I give their names and I usually film their like business card or whatever so that it's kind of free advertisement for them. But at the same time, if I really like one of the vendors, I want to show them, and then some of them were just, the vendors weren't super, I guess for me, like I've seen it. You know, give me something new. And it's like every place, okay, everyone has stones, everyone has wands, everyone has decks of cards, everyone has, you know what I mean? It was just, it's, the one lady that I did want to film, they have those resin pyramids, you know, where they pour them and they're made with resin and whatever. She didn't want to be filmed, or she didn't want me to record it. And so, her loss. Sorry, I'm stretching. Yeah, because like I said, it's free advertisement. I show it to you guys, and then if you guys are interested, you can get it. Some of her stuff was really cool, but at the same time, I think now, don't hate on me, but I feel like now that I've, you know, when I was new to the path, or new to being more open about it, I bought all kinds of shit all the time. Like, it was just, I mean, I used to do shopping videos all the time. And so, I have all this stuff. You guys can't see it because it's off camera, but I have, like, stuff everywhere. My altars behind the door. Blah, 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 blah. So, you get all that, you start to accumulate all this. And then, I realized that, you know, you should probably wait until it means something. But at the time, it did mean something. It was honoring, you know, oh, I'm in this thing now, I can say it, and I can buy it, you know, I can get this stuff, and it means stuff to me, and then after a while, you're like, meh. So, if you're newer, I would say, you know, do what the most authors tell you and wait, don't buy a bunch of crap, until it means something to you, because it'll come to you, like, organically, and you will just know, you know what I mean? But I have to say that I did know. I wanted, there's stuff that called to me and I wanted it. And so I have a lot of stuff. But the moral of all that stuff part is that these vendors at this event, like I said, are a little lackluster. And it might be because I've seen it and, you know what I mean? It's nothing new. It's nothing super creative to me. It's like, you know, it's one thing to take a stick and shave the bark off and stick some stuff to it and call it a wand. Or it's one that's, you know, like, it's been made, like, people have put their time and effort and they've engraved it and they've done all this stuff. There's a difference. That's just a for instance. It's nothing against anyone in particular, but it's just you know what I mean? That's the kind of I like craftsmanship. I can see that, and I understand that some people's craftsmen's skills, they really like making them, but they're just not what I would like. So it's to each their own. But I'd have to say that every year I'd go back up there, it just gets less and less intriguing and interesting and more of like a money sink. You know what I mean? The workshops are great. I loved Cara's workshop. She did that dual workshop. I didn't go to the second one because she's doing the second one again in Dayton. So I'm going to film it there. And I'm like, how to panic attack. What's the date? So it's in 2 weeks. Or not 2 weeks from today, 2 weeks from this weekend. So the 16th. I think I'd click. My mouse was, of course, on the other screen. Yes, on the 16th. So I will film that there. So the workshops were good. I mean, Cara's workshop was good. I didn't go to the other ones. I was walking around. The other thing is, with the awakening of individuals, I just think when it's like higher, better options for food. I know it's like, I don't know how people see Pride Day. I mean, I'm coming from the aspect of pride meaning something, so it's not going to be funnel cakes and hot dogs. You know what I mean? I just don't. Healthier options would be notorious. There's 1,000,001 food trucks that have better options, and you get these people that are here's some pizza, and it's not even good pizza. I mean, I wouldn't eat it anyway because obviously the dairy and the meat on it, but I'm looking at other people eating it, and I'm like, I wouldn't pay $5 for that. You know what I mean? It's like, ugh, just garbage food. And so these event planners, get some better people. There's some trucks you can get. Even freaking Whole Foods has their own truck. I know that sounds expensive, but it's really not. They were down at the Community Fest here in Columbus, and the food was awesome, and they were not super expensive. But that's just the one thing. It's just food. The other is, like, the opening ritual was interesting, but really, I don't know. I don't like the way it was ran, only because they passed out this paper with this chant, and it was really long. It was like 1.5 sides. It was really well spaced, so, you know what I mean? It wasn't like tiny print that was that much. But there was no translation to what it meant in English. It didn't say what we were chanting. If she said it out loud, we couldn't hear her because her altar. Okay, so you have the circle. This is the way I would have done it. I'll tell you how they had it. They have the circle. Okay, this is the people. Okay, they're up here. The head, their altar is facing towards the middle of the circle. So, in order for her to do stuff on their altar and their totems and their what was it called? Idols, they faced it. Then you can't hear her because everyone's behind her. And people were like, "Hey, we can't hear you. Hey, we can't hear you." And she would talk, and she looked. She was very knowledgeable. I'll give her that. Of whatever she was doing, she came across as knowledgeable. I mean, I didn't know, so I don't know what she's talking about. But she didn't explain it. Even on the paper with the chant, you could have put underneath in English underneath. You know what I mean? So that we understood. Oh, this is what we're chanting. What? Otherwise, I was like, what the fuck am I chanting? Then I'm standing there with a big shirt that says Vegan Witch on it, and they hand me powder that has eggshells and stuff in it. I'm like, I am vegan. I don't believe in taking that stuff. You know what I mean? It's not for our use, in my beliefs. So, hey, heads up, you might want not to touch this. I know some other people didn't participate, and they were like, what? I don't get this, and they walked away. I still stayed, but I was like, it was really, I think, just needs to be fine-tuned. I think if people want to do a ritual, more power to you. If you want to present an opening, but I still think you rehearse it. It's like a show. Even though it's supposed to be spiritual, it's still pageantry, kind of. You know what I mean? So you want it to appeal to people. You want people to be involved. Just passing out words that don't mean anything and saying, recite this, you know, I'm a little uncomfortable. I didn't recite it because I'm a little uncomfortable reciting a chant that I don't know what means. So that was a problem. But other than that, there was no speakers. There was some music groups. The drumming that I linked at the end was by far the best that I saw that day. There was other ones, but they were, I mean, they were okay. But it wasn't like it jumped out at me. And maybe I'm being really picky. Why is I'm getting a scroll wheel on my computer. So it didn't really jump out at me. But, I mean, there's only so much you can see, right? Because, like, the vendors I knew, you know what I mean? It's the same old stuff. Some of it was interesting. Don't get me wrong. Like, the lady that didn't want me to film her resin pyramids were, like, they were beautiful, and they were pretty and stuff, but they didn't really mean, you know what I mean? To me, it's like, I don't know. It just, they were beautiful. I probably would have got one hadn't she been such a pain in the neck. And, you know, she was just doing what she thought. She probably thought, I don't know, if I was going to steal her idea or something. But I'm like, I've seen these done 1,000 times at 1,000 other festivals. Yours are really pretty. I just wanted to show people, you know what I mean? And get people a glimpse of what we were looking at. So that just left a bad taste in my mouth. And, you know, whatever. But otherwise, wasn't so great. I have high hopes for Dayton. Selena Fox is going to be there. David Wood. I'm saying his name wrong, and he would kill. I've known him since I was like 21, and not known him like we hung out all the time, but we used to talk at the clubs when I was a very little young kid. Or a brand new adult, however you want to phrase that, according to the, you know, legal. I'm searching for it right now so that I don't get his name wrong. Because I wanted to say it's David Wood. Info. No, that's not what I want. Anyway, it's David Wood. It's gotta be. Yeah, it's David Wood. So he's a singer. I'm reading it. He's a singer, and I knew that he was a singer, but I didn't know he was pagan, or that he was singing about pagan-esque things. I just knew him as a singer. They used to have his CD up years ago. They had his CDs at a store that was in Columbus called Kukula's, and it's way gone. It was beside the restaurant that I worked for way back then. Like, I started in that restaurant in '98. That's how long ago it was. So, but that's how I knew him. I knew him from being out, and I was a drag queen, and he was a singer, and you kind of get mashed together and at times. And he'd be at events, and I would see him there, and we'd talk, and so it'd be cool to sneak up on him and say hi. I don't think he's going to recognize me. He might, but I don't know if he will. We'll see. But other than that, I have really high hopes for Dayton Pagan Pride. At least, you know what I mean? You're going to have the vendors there as well, but I think that the workshops and the guests that are speaking, and Patty from Patty Widgington. She will be there. I got her book. That's the book I got. I don't know if I put it in a video yet. The book, this book. See, Patty Widgington. She'll be there. Selena Fox, David Wood, and a host of others. And it's a meetup. So YouTubers, if you are in Ohio for Dayton Pagan Pride, September 16th, meet up at that place. I have an event. It's on the Dayton Pagan Pride Facebook page, and I will link the event in the description below. Come join us. We're going to be, filming and going to ritual and going to the workshops, and it's just one day, and I forget how long it lasts. That's not what I wanted to click on. It starts Saturday at 10 a.m. So I usually get there right at like 9:30, and then I hang out. And then last year I met up with Cara, and we went in together and we watched us. So yeah, looking forward to seeing everyone there. And questions or comments, put them below, and I'll talk to you soon. Blessed be.